Good morning, everyone. It's Rose Coleman coming to you live from my craft room here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. How are you doing today? It is Wednesday, May 8th, and it is McHappy Day. Wednesday, May 8th marks the 30th anniversary of celebrating McHappy Day. What is McHappy Day? It's a day dedicated to rallying behind families with sick kids across Canada. So on McHappy Day, what happens is a portion of all of the menu items from McDonald's, the proceeds goes towards Ronald McDonald House charities. This is, and other children's charities. So this is something that's really dear to my heart. It is the fundraiser that my team and I have supported this past year. We've done some different things for Ronald McDonald House, and I got to tour their Calgary facility, and I was just completely impressed. Ronald McDonald House does amazing things for families who are going through the worst things in probably the worst experience of their life, right? To be able to have your child go through something like that, it just rips your heart out, and it literally breaks my heart to see those children and all their families, what they go through. So anything that I can do to help, I always want to reach out and help it whenever I can. So today, go to McDonald's, get something from their menu, get a meal, even if you can't eat, if you're gluten sensitive, whatever, get something from their menu, maybe purchase a meal for someone else, grab a coffee, whatever. Every single item on their menu, proceeds go towards Ronald McDonald House charities. I'm wearing my Ronald McDonald House t-shirt that I had made last year. See, there's their symbol, and there's the children. And then on the back, it has, I don't know if you can see that, Stamping for Kids. I love this t-shirt, so I thought, I gotta wear this one today. So you can help this amazing cause by going to McDonald's today, anywhere across Canada, purchasing something from their item menu. Also, I'm going to offer a special today. If you shop from our kits collection, so any kit at all, purchase a kit, and you use my host code, you have to shop through my website and use my host code, I'm going to donate 20% of my income from the sale of all kits today is going to go to Ronald McDonald House. So you get a kit, and I will do the donation on your behalf. I'll compile all of the results by the end of the day. And, I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, wouldn't it be cool to take your kit and go to McDonald's and order a meal and sit there and make your cards at McDonald's? Why not, right? Grab a friend, go for dinner, bring a kit, or you can go and just have dinner and then order a kit from my online store, so that we can do the great things together. I have seen us come together and help the charities before. You guys helped me with the Fiona disaster. I did a charity to donate to the Red Cross. I've also done the charity with Ronald McDonald House last year with kits, and that was a huge success. So thank you all. Let's see what we can do on McHappy Day today. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm excited. It always feels good to help other people, right? And that's what Stampin' Up is all about. So let's get started. Today's Wednesday. I'm moving on with my third card using the hearts and hugs. Hello, everyone. Oh, Joyce said she had breakfast there this morning. Perfect. You've already contributed to McHappy Day. Yay. You can have breakfast. You could have lunch. You could have dinner. You could even have a late night snack. They're open late and support this amazing cause and those families that really need our help. Good morning, Gail. Good morning. Last night we had, I see Gail here with me. That's why I'm reminded Gail was with me on the screen last night. Last night I had Scrapbook Club. Love to get together with the ladies from Scrapbook Club and see how they're putting their layouts together. I send them a kit every single month for 2 layouts. That's 4 12 by 12 pages. So when I say layout, it's a 2-page spread. So the late club members get their kits, and then we do a Zoom call so we can all join. Whoever wants to join. It's not required, but it's always nice to see one another and meet other scrapbookers and people change up the layout, change up the background page colors. You know, I design them on basic white, and sometimes the ladies change the colors. So that was so fun last night. I had a great time meeting with them, and I go live twice. I go live from 4 p.m. till 5:30 to get my East Coast ladies at a timely fashion, because Canada is so huge, right? Our country is so, you know, in BC, from British Columbia to Newfoundland, there's a 4.5-hour time difference. So I go live twice just to service my club members. So I go live from 4 to 5:30, and then anybody can join at that time. And then I stop for supper, and then I do another live from 7 to 8:30. And that was super fun last night to meet with the ladies. So if you're interested in joining that scrapbook club, it runs for 10 months. And it is an amazing club. I get lots and lots of great feedback from it. So I encourage you to reach out to me if you're from Canada and join my club, my scrapbook club, and I'll get you started. I can even send you the May kits, because we meet usually it's Tuesday. We may be changing that day just because Tuesdays seem to be a bit of a gong show for me. So I have to talk to the ladies and see. We may change that evening to another evening, but rest assured, you will get the Zoom recording. You'll be a part of the Facebook group. You also get a printed copy of the layouts, so you can actually do them on your own if you want to. You go camping, throw them in with your stuff, and you don't even need the internet to do your layouts. You can sit there wherever you are and put them together. Okay, hi Marie, brought treats for the healthcare staff from the oncology department. Oh, you're so kind. You are so kind. Susan says, can anyone watch the live? That one, you know, I am going to be doing some free with purchase classes that are going to be scrapbooking. I'm super excited about that. And that is going to be, anybody can watch. It'll be free to watch me do the scrapbook pages. But then, of course, to get the kits, you can make a purchase here in Canada, and you can be a part of it just to try it out. So that is coming up. I will let you know the dates, and I'll post the event here on my page. So stay tuned for that. Okay, that's a lot of housekeeping stuff, but it is McHappy Day. So let's flip the camera and make a happy card using the Hearts and Hugs stamp set bundle. It is such a cute set. It just makes my heart happy just to stamp with it. So you can just imagine how happy the person who gets a card or a treat or something made with this bundle is going to feel, right? It's all about that. Hi, Rebecca, watching live again. Thank you so much for watching. Are you still in Mexico? Rebecca and her family, it was so nice to see them in Mexico. And Rebecca is a friend of mine that I've made through Stampin' Up. She's from Australia, and her and her family traveled a long way to go to Mexico, and it was so lovely to see you, Rebecca. All right, let's get started here. Maggie says, please not Thursday. I have 2 other meetings that day. No, it won't be on a Thursday, because the last Thursday of the month, I do a craft and chat with my team. So I'm thinking perhaps Monday or Wednesday. But we'll talk as a team, as a group, for our scrapbook club to see when we change that to, just because I'm finding Tuesdays are very, very heavy. I went to bed like completely wiped last night. So we'll see. We'll see about that. And if we have to just keep it to Tuesday, I will just have to maybe change some other things around. So it's all about changing up the schedule, right, to make it all work. Okay, let's flip the camera and get started. I'm actually going to share with you today. I have a sketch challenge to share with you. This one I shared with my team on Sunday. We had our team meeting, and every team meeting we do mystery stamping challenge. And this is the challenge. This is the one of the sketches that I pulled out from an old Global Design Project challenge. And we played with this one on Sunday. So today, I'm going to play with it today and share with you my take on this sketch challenge. All right, here we go. We're going to flip, and here we go. Flip the camera and point you down here at my work surface. There's my host code for this week. Let's get this straightened up here a little bit. And I printed off, this is a past Global Design Project challenge. You know, the Global Design Project is my favorite way to get my creative juices flowing. If I'm struggling with my creative mojo, I'll go over to Global Design Project, and you can search past challenges. Like this one, for example, is GDP 058. And right now, this week, we're up to 444. So that was a long time ago, right? They increase the number every week. So that was, oh my goodness, like 400 weeks ago, almost 400 weeks ago. So that's a long time ago. So this one here is the sketch challenge. It was our May mystery sketch challenge for our team, and the ladies rocked it. I am so proud of the participation with the mystery stamping challenge on my team page. Those ladies come with their cards, and it's almost like everybody, just about everybody participates. So it's like, I love it. And then all they do is they come to the meeting with their card and they share it. I spotlight them. They get to talk about their project, what they used, what their inspiration was. And then everybody's name goes on the prize wheel or in the prize draw. And I do a little door prize for them just for participating, right? Okay, so this is my inspiration for today. We're bringing in my bundle of the week, which is Hearts and Hugs. Love this stamp set. All of these little critters are so adorable. They just make me smile. They're so happy. And there's a die for each one of them. And there's extra dies. We've got a banner die here. We've got hearts. We've got flowers. And these little stems here from the card I used yesterday, made yesterday. So we're going to play with make another card using this one. So I have for my card base a thick basic white card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. And we're just going to reinforce that score line with the bone folder. And then I'm going to bring in some balmy blue. So I have a layer of balmy blue that's going to go on the front here. But I am so in love with the new so swirly embossing folder. This ginormous folder, which is it 6 by 8? It's actually bigger than that. Yeah, 6 by 8 3/4. This big folder. You know, I love this folder because it's so big. I can actually be able to do, when I prep my layers for Scrapbook Club and Card Club, I'm going to be able to put multiple pieces in here, which makes me so happy. So let's open that up. We're going to put this into the folder, this balmy blue. And the folders have a line, although this one I don't think you really need the line because the swirls are kind of going all over the place. But if you want to line it up with that line, you can. And then we're going to fold it up. And look how much more space I have. I could put multiple pieces. Actually, while I'm thinking of that, I do have a strip of paper, a smaller strip, that was going to go to waste. So let's stick that in and see if I can use that on my card today. Because why not, right? Just use up the real estate that you have in your folder. Okay, so this is a regular folder. So that means it's not a 3D folder. So when you do the sandwiching, what you do... Bring in my machine here. We just need platform 1. And my little sticky notes are going all over the place. Platform 1 and platform 2. And if you're ever wondering, oh no, sorry, not platform 2. Platform 2 is just for cutting. So we don't need that one. But it says it, there's little cheat notes here on your platform 1. It tells you. So it says here, using standard embossing folders, you have a layer 1, 2 layer 3s, and then your folder in the middle with the paper. So you always have the notes right in front of you. So we'll put down platform number 1. We'll put down our first number 3 plate here. Then we've got our sandwich here with our cardstock inside. We'll put that down and always put the spine in first. You want the pressure to hit that spine of your folder. And then the pressure will go through as you roll it and it comes out the open end. So then that will avoid any cracking or any problems with your embossing folder. Super important to remember that. Always the spine should go in first. Okay, so we're good to go. Now we're going to roll it through. Here we go. One more thing I want to mention about embossing folders. If you're not sure of the layering and you start to, excuse me, oh my goodness, and you start to roll it through. I am so sorry, you guys. I've just got a tickle in my throat. You start to roll it through and you've got like excessive pressure, like you have to like really reef on the handle of your machine. So I caution you and I warn you to stop. I would encourage you to stop. Don't force it because that tells you that there's something not quite right with your sandwiching. So don't force it. You may break your machine and you don't want to do that. Okay, so there's our swirly. This is I almost thought that this was a 3D folder. I mean, it is pretty texturized. Look how beautiful that comes out. But it's not. It's a regular folder. So let's go ahead. This is going to be the first layer on our card today. I used this one on Monday, but we're using it again because I just love it so much. Oh, that's okay, Lorraine. Yeah, we missed you last night. It's okay. No worries. Susan says, trying to get into more scrapbooking and need layout ideas. Yes. Love scrapbooking. It is so much fun, you guys. And now I'm coming back from Mexico with a gazillion pictures. I cannot wait to get them into a scrapbook. Okay, this layer is going on the top here. So let's bring in my liquid glue. Someone asked a question yesterday about what glue I use. Of course, everything I use is from Stampin' Up. I am loyal to Stampin' Up. And I love my liquid glue. And I'm being very liberal with the glue because it is embossed, which means all these little bumpy bits, you want to use a little extra glue to make sure that it stays put. So we're just going to put this right on the front, like that. And then we're going to bring in a die that carried over, and I'm so thrilled. It's Everyday Details. So it's called Everyday Details dies, and it was paired with the stamp set, but you can still get these separately. So you can buy these dies by themselves, or you can get the stamp set that goes with it. Love, love, love these dies. They're a set of 11. And the one I'm going to use today is the largest rectangle. So this one right here, this is the one I'm going to use. And we're going to run that through the machine. And, you know, these little dots make it so beautiful. Like, I love every single part of these dies. The circles, the rectangles, I can't get enough of them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this onto my cardstock, and we're going to bring the machine back, and we're going to cut this one. So now I'm going to be cutting. So what I want to do is my sandwich layering is platform number 1, platform number 2 for cutting, a number 3 plate right here. I like to line up my numbers there. And then I do like to cut with the blade pointing up. So I'm going to lay my rectangle down, and I do like to go in at an angle. So I want the corner of this die to hit the wheels first. I feel I get a better cutting result when I do that versus putting it in parallel with the wheel. I find it doesn't cut as well. I think there's something to do with the way the pressure is. So I'm just going to put it on an angle like that, and then we'll put our top plate on like so, and we'll roll this through. I'm going to say all the cracking sounds are normal, and you notice I've only gone once through, and I didn't go forward and back because you don't need to. Whoops, slip slide in here. Okay, so let's move that out of the way, and we'll see what we've got. See, it all pops out. Everything is perfect. Look at that. One run through the machine, and I've got everything I need. So there's my little rectangle. That is going to go on the background like this. Love layering. The more layers you put on your card, the better, I think. Okay, so there's that. Now the front part of the card, so let me bring back the sketch. So I'm following along with this sketch here. So I did, you notice like the background, the green, they've got zigzags. So I'm like, oh, okay, I don't have zigzag paper, but I do have embossing folders. So I did that with the embossing folder. This part here, it could be designer series paper, it could be a shape. I'm using a die. Now I have to do this part here for the sketch. So for that one, I'm just going to bring in a piece of basic white, and we're going to cut that to be 3 by 3.5. Let me just grab my ruler and make sure. So if you're looking at a sketch and you're like, I don't have measurements, how do I do this? A ruler is definitely your friend. So I like to take my ruler like this, and I'm like, okay, how big or how wide do I want it? And I'm looking, okay, 3.5 works. And then how tall do I want it? And I just take my ruler. I physically do this. I take my ruler and I'm like, okay, yeah, 3 works. And that's honestly how I do it. I just eyeball it and use the ruler, and it works. So what are your tips? What do you do when you're trying to figure out measurements? Do you have a special tool or something? Well, a ruler is a pretty basic tool, but I would be lost without my ruler in my craft room. Okay, so we've got our piece here. This piece is going to go, now it is white, and white on white is a little bit boring, right? So what I'm going to do is add some color to this. So let's bring in my Balmy Blue ink pad and my blending brush, my Balmy Blue. I should say it's not a Balmy Blue blending brush. I like to use this brush for all my blues, my light blues. So, you know, this could be used for pool party, for Balmy Blue, even azure afternoon I would use it. So you don't have to have a blending brush for every single color. I like to have my blending brushes for kind of groupings of colors. So here I am, I'm just coming in here with my blending brush, starting on the glass, or start on your grid paper, and then slowly come into your project. That allows you to be in control of how much ink. Now I got quite a bit there on the right hand side, but that's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm going to add more. You can always add more, but it's a little hard to take the color away. So I want to add extra color on the edges, and then you can just take your brush and blend that color in. And I'm going to leave a white area on the center of my cardstock, and that's the kind of look I want to have. It's kind of like a highlight, if you will, for the inside of the piece. So there we go. I'm happy with that. So we'll just move this off to the side. And then, of course, you've got ink on your glass mat, so you want to wipe that up. And I forgot to moisten my chamois cloth, so I'm just going to use a baby wipe to get that off of my glass mat. Okay, so now this is going to sit right here. Look at that. So pretty. The blue on blue with that white peeking out. Okay, so we'll just move this off to the side. Let's bring in our stamp. I really want to play with the walruses today, guys. Look at these cute little walruses that are hugging. They make me happy, so happy. So I'm going to stamp these on scrap paper using Memento, Tuxedo Memento. It's a big stamp, so I'm going to take the ink pad in my hand and just tap across and get them inked up. And we'll stamp right here. Easy peasy. I love how Stampin' Up popped out the centers of these so we don't have that extra bit of red rubber to pick up the ink. Has that ever happened to you? It happens to me all the time. So they are listening. The design artists are listening, and they fixed that little thing. So it's perfect. So there's my cute little walruses. Now we're just going to add some color to them. For the color, I want to add to their little, I don't even know the proper term, but their snout, I guess, their cheeks, maybe. I'm going to use Petal Pink. So I've got my dark Petal Pink here. So let's give them a little color on their cheeks. A little bit of Petal Pink. And then for their nose, I'm going to use some crumb cake. And what do I have here? I have dark crumb cake. So give their nose a little pop of color and their little mouth like that. And then I'm going to keep their husk, I think that's what it's called. I'm keep it white, but I'm going to bring in my Smoky Slate, the dark Smoky Slate. I'm going to add some dark accents to the lines on their body, wherever you see the wrinkles on their body, like that. Just add a little touch of dark, and you can also edge them too, like the outside edges if you'd like, and just add those nice dark accents. And then I'm going to bring in the light Smoky Slate. I love that you get both of them in a package, right? So you've got everything you need to do your shading. So we're just going to come around with the light Smoky Slate and add a nice layer of color and go over the dark parts that you just inked and blend them out. Blend them so they just kind of match, and not match, but coordinate and add that shading, right? And then if you shade it out too much, you can always come back in with the darker shade and add some more color. I'm just going to be real careful to go in between his husks. I think that's what they're called. So because I want to keep them white. There we go. I could flip over to the markers, or the journaling side, because it's a fine tip. But this is a new marker, so, you know, if you have a new marker, you can just focus on just using the very tip of it, and you can get into those small areas. Okay, so we're just coming around here, do their feet, their hoofs, and last but not least, we'll finish off this guy over here, and just going over that dark line Just getting the alcohol in there and blending. Blend, blend, blend. This is my favorite way to color. All right, so there we go. I'm happy with those walruses. And of course, let's bring in the dies. We have a die that will fit over top. There we go. So I'm going to use a couple of Post-it notes. Hold that in place. My favorite. You can use washi, you can use Post-it tape, you can use Post-it notes, whatever your heart desires. And then from the stamp set, we're going to bring in Sending You a Big Hug. And we're going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Let's see. Let me grab my scrap bin. I know I've got lots of white scraps in here. So let's grab a thin one, a long one. There we go. That's perfect. Okay, so we've got a white piece, and I'm going to stamp that with Memento. So just tap, 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 stamp in the middle, and then we'll bring in the banner, this awesome banner that comes with the Hearts and Hugs bundle. We'll put that on here. And my cardstock is quite big. I don't need all of this extra. So let's just trim that down just a smidge to make room on my machine. And I don't want it to move. I want it to be in the center like that. So let's bring, I got a little piece of washi tape here. So let's hold that down on one side. And I got another piece here, so I'll hold it down over here. So then that will not budge. Okay, so I've got that ready to go on my machine. Got this ready to go. What else do we need? Oh, we're going to bring in the hearts. Can't get enough of these hearts. So let's grab that die, and we're going to grab a piece of a brand new color. Oh, I love it. It's Petunia Pop. So I'm going to grab a scrap of Petunia Pop. And let's see. I've been using up all of my pieces of Petunia Pop. This is my favorite in color. Do you guys have a favorite yet? I think Petunia Pop is it for me. It's so pretty. It's such a great purple, pink, whatever you want to call it. It's such a nice shade. So I'm just going to add that. So when you get your kits from me this week, you're going to get the scrap pieces so you can actually cut your own hearts till your heart's content. And yeah, these are awesome. And another thing you could do is add your packing tape, right? If you want shiny hearts, add a little strip of packing tape and you get shiny hearts. Never thought to do that this morning. I didn't bring the packing tape in my craft room, but I think I will do that. It's one of my favorite ways to add shine. Okay, let's go ahead and bring back the machine one more time and get all of this onto the platform. And then one run through. I like to do things in bulk, get it all lined up, and you got to get these little dots off. Swipe them off, the snow that you create when you're crafting. Okay, so, oh no, we're not going to say that S word. We've had enough of that S word. No more. Please, Mother Nature, no more. Okay, crack, crack, rollin', rollin'. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look. So I've got some hearts that ended up still on my cutting mat, but that's okay. And we've got the other ones are right here. So remove my Post-it note. Just going to take that and drop it, and then those little hearts will fall out. Okay, put my die back, and let's see. Let's see how we should organize this. Let's bring in the silicone mat, and we'll swipe all these little hearts onto my silicone mat. And this is another must-have in my craft room. Oh, I highly recommend the silicone mat. It is such a great tool. All right, so let's grab our banner. And there we go. Sending a big hug. Put my die back. And let's check out those walruses. How did they go? Oh my goodness, look at that. There they are. So stinking cute. Okay, let's put it together and see what this looks like, you guys. All right, so love the banner. It is nice and big. You can fit a lot of greetings on this good size banner. And I love that it's wide enough that you can actually fit our regular size dimensionals. So I'm going to put 3 of them on here so it's popped up really good. And then let's add 3 to our walruses. Is that the right plural term, walruses? Or is it walry? That doesn't sound quite right. It must be walruses. The pair of walrus. I don't know what the plural is. Any English teachers out there, or anybody that's better at English than me? What's the plural for walrus? Okay, so let's glue some stuff down. Okay, so my white piece, I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the center. Don't need a ton. And we'll put that right here, like that. And then this piece that I sponged, make sure this is straight. You get a little bit of wiggle room with the liquid glue, but not much. You got maybe a few seconds, and then once it sets up, it's done. It's like, nope, I'm toast now. You gotta leave me. And this one's gonna go right here. So just add a little bit of glue to the middle, like that. And we'll line that up so we've got the dots peeking out the top and the bottom. Love it. All right, so I haven't put anything on dimensionals yet, but we've got a layer for the card base, the front, the polka dots, and then this one. So we're already at 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. So my front of my card will now be popped up with the walruses are going to go popped up right at the bottom. Love it. We're going to put the greeting down here, sending a big hug. Oh, so cute. Okay, so to add these little hearts, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add 5. I'm going to put a dot here in the middle, and then 2 dots on the side, and then 2 dots on this side. Easy peasy, right? And then I'm going to grab my take your pick tool, and we're going to pick up these hearts from my silicone mat, and we're just going to lay them right onto the glue. So there's 1, 2, and 3 in the center here. And if you get a little extra glue oozing out, no worries. I just take my finger and tap that, and then I wipe it on the silicone mat. Get the glue off. You don't want any extra glue. All right, so there's number 4, and number 5 will go right here. So fun. All right, so the inside, we're gonna put, I'm going to show you the inspiration, where I got the inspiration for this card at the end. I'll show you that in just a second. So here's my inside piece. Now remember that piece I ran through the swirly bit? Oh, it's not quite long enough. That's okay. We can change that. So how long is this? I'm just measuring on the bottom here. It is 4 inches. So let's bring in my paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim my inside piece to be 4 inches. Let's take that little 1/4 inch off. And we're going to put the blue part, the balmy blue, on the bottom. But first, let's stamp. So sending a big hug, and I love this greeting, so it's there when you need it. Isn't that fun? That's a really great phrase. I've never heard that before, but it's so nice to send this to someone, right? Like, you know what? I'm sending you a hug. You may not need it now, but you'll have it when you need it. Like, so fun. So there we go. And then let's take those walruses and come back in, and we're gonna stamp them down here in the bottom, like that. So adorable. And then we can go ahead and we can put the blue, the balmy blue, like that. So it's like they're in the water. They're down in the water for this one. All right, so let me get that ink off of my glass mat. And we'll do a little coloring again. Won't take long. Just a little pale pink on their cheeks. Just do the same as you did for the front. Easy peasy. And then a little crumb cake. And I didn't quite get enough black ink on my walrus. His little forehead is missing there. But you can fix that. If you have a journaling marker in your collection, you can just come in and you can fix it. Look at that. I gave him his forehead back. Okay, so now we're going to bring in my Smoky Slate. This is dark. We'll do the same kind of shading, a little bit on their wrinkles. And then the rest is easy. You just come in with your light Smoky Slate and add your color. And you know, I'm doing this on my glass mat, and if you get blends on your glass mat, it wipes right off. Wipes right off, no problem. Now I'm not featuring the glass mat right now. This was something free that you could get when you joined during Celebration. We don't know yet. Still no word on it when they're coming out to be purchased, but stay tuned. As soon as I know if you can get one, I will let you know. But what you can get right now for free is all the in color stuff. $112 in Canada. Free product, all the in color ink pads, the markers, the paper, the cardstock. Oh my goodness, you get it for free when you join as a demonstrator. So in Canada, when you join, it's $135, no shipping. There's never any shipping on the starter kit. Most provinces have no tax unless there's tax in your province. So for $135, you get to choose $165 of whatever you want. And you're also going to get that extra $112. So really smoking deal. Okay, so the 2 extra hearts, I'm not going to waste them. Here they are. I'm going to put them right here. So those cute little otters in the water. Let's flip over the hearts and we'll put them like that. So cute. Okay, let's tap off the extra glue. And then this is going to go on the inside. Let's open up my card. This will go right in here. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our glue. And this card is almost finished. We should probably put some bling, some embellishments, right? On the front. So for the front, let's bring in rhinestones. Let's add some bling to this card. So adorable. Okay, so we're going to grab a big one, a big rhinestone, put it right there. How about a couple of little ones? One there and one down here. There we go. So I promised I would share with you where I got the inspiration for this card. So I'm coming back from Mexico on Sunday and our swapping, oh my gosh, they were epic. And I thought, oh, I have to share the swaps, right? So this one, I made it into a full-size card, but look, check this out. I got this card, it's a smaller card from Alexandra Grape, and she made a very similar card. Hers is a little smaller. She used the same Everyday Details dies, but she used the circle. And she put the swirl on the bottom. And she has her walruses on a wobble. These are the plastic little springs that you can purchase online. They're called wobbles. Isn't that fun? And her card opens like this. And so it's there when you need it. So she put her banner like that and like that. So I want to thank Alexandra Grape. What is her? She's from Hamburg. So that's Germany, right? So thank you so much, Alexandra, for your inspiration. This is my card share today. So I took Alexandra's inspiration as well as my team sketch challenge that we did on Sunday. And this is what I came up with. So I hope you guys enjoyed that card. I had so much fun making this one. I can't get enough. I think when I play with cards, play with a bundle or a suite all week long, I fall in love with the stuff more and more, right? Because for me, that is the reinforcement. Once you get your stamps out and you start playing with them, the ideas start to flow, right? So if you're stuck in a creative mojo, you can't come up with ideas. Just start, just stamp something and start coloring something. And then it starts the flow, right, of the creative juices. And before you know it, you'll be sitting at your desk for hours and you're like, oh my God, I'm having so much fun. Instead of just sitting there wondering, what can I make? Just start making something and see what happens. So there we go. Thank you again for joining me this morning. I hope you'll come back and join me tomorrow on Thursday morning at the same time, 9 o'clock for my next card share. And head over to McDonald's, get yourself something from their menu to support Ronald McDonald House, and head over to my store, place your minimum $60 order, add some kits in there. Every kit you purchase, I'm going to donate 20% of my income, 20% of the cost of your kit will be donated to Ronald McDonald House today, so that we can all make a difference in the lives of those children and the families that are going through such terrible things. All right. Thanks so much, everyone. I see all your love. I appreciate that so much. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.